So at this point, it really feels like NBA YoungBoy has finally hit his breaking point, and the reason behind it is darker and more disturbing than anyone expected. Because this time the chaos allegedly crossed into dangerous territory involving his family, his unborn child, and a level of jealousy that people are calling outright unhinged. Word circulating right now is that Yaya Mayweather allegedly went into full meltdown mode after seeing YoungBoy publicly post his wife Jasmine, proudly showing their family and her very visible pregnancy. And that jealousy reportedly turned into something violent when insiders claim Yaya paid thousands of dollars to have Jasmine jumped. This wasn't some minor altercation either, because sources say Jasmine was hurt badly enough that she had to be taken to the hospital just to make sure both she and the baby were safe, with bruises covering her body and fear setting in during what should have been a peaceful moment in her pregnancy. Thankfully, the baby is reportedly okay, but for many people watching this unfold, that doesn't make the situation any less horrifying, because going after a heavily pregnant woman is a line most people would never even think about crossing, and allegedly crossing that line may be what finally snapped something in YoungBoy. Fans aren't shocked by Yaya's alleged behavior, though, because this isn't coming out of nowhere. Her history with YoungBoy has always been intense, obsessive, and volatile, and people have watched this cycle play out for years. Back when YoungBoy posted those happy family photos, fans already knew what time it was, flooding the comments with jokes that Yaya was probably spiraling, punching the air, and plotting something reckless. And as wild as those comments sounded at the time, they may have been closer to the truth than anyone wanted to admit. According to insiders, jealousy over Jasmine's pregnancy and YoungBoy publicly choosing to show his family allegedly pushed Yaya into a dangerous headspace, one where she felt replaced, ignored, and desperate to reassert control, and that desperation reportedly led to the alleged attack. And if all of this feels disturbingly familiar, that's because it is. Back in 2020, things reportedly turned violent at YoungBoy's Houston home when Yaya was arrested following a confrontation that left another woman, who was rumored to be involved with him at the time, stabbed and rushed into emergency surgery. That incident shocked the public and exposed just how far things could go when emotions surrounding YoungBoy reached a boiling point, ultimately leading to Yaya pleading guilty to aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and receiving 6 years of probation instead of jail time. For many people, that was supposed to be the wake-up call, the moment where boundaries were drawn and distance was created, but instead, the lines only got blurrier. Rather than stepping away, YoungBoy continued keeping Yaya emotionally close, even putting her front and center on the cover of his album, a move that confused fans and sent mixed signals to everyone involved, making it unclear whether he was standing by her, manipulating the situation, or simply feeding into the chaos. Fast forward years later, and the same patterns are still repeating, except now the stakes are much higher, because a pregnant wife and an unborn child are involved. People have long speculated that Yaya's behavior is tied to the environment she grew up in, raised in the spotlight as Floyd Mayweather's daughter, surrounded by money, fame, conflict, and public relationship drama, where chaos was normalized and emotional stability may not have been. As headlines followed her into adulthood, the parallels between her life and her father's turbulent relationships became harder to ignore, and once her probation began, she made her loyalty even louder by tattooing YoungBoy's face on her arm, signaling to the world that she wasn't letting go, no matter how many times he moved on. And the truth is, he never fully let her go either. Even while married, even while building a family with Jasmine, he continued keeping Yaya emotionally tethered, highlighted by the moment he gifted her a Lamborghini truck for her birthday, sending the internet into a frenzy and proving that the door was never completely closed. When Jasmine's pregnancy became public, rumors surrounding Yaya reignited almost instantly, especially after videos surfaced showing her with what looked like a very visible baby bump, sparking intense speculation that YoungBoy could be repeating the same toxic cycle yet again. Yaya only fueled the rumors further by posting a ring on her finger with a caption referencing YoungBoy's album, complete with his music playing in the background, a move many saw as intentional, provocative, and aimed directly at Jasmine. And now, after the alleged attack, insiders say YoungBoy finally stepped in, allegedly forcing Yaya to apologize and cover Jasmine's hospital bills, signaling that even his patience has limits. But whether this actually means he will cut her off for good is something fans remain deeply skeptical about, because history has shown that no matter how chaotic things get, no matter how many lines are crossed, this toxic triangle never truly ends. The drama is spiraling, emotions are raw, and if the past is any indication, This situation is far from over, because when obsession, power, and unresolved attachment collide, the fallout is never clean and never quiet.